Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book 91. I know you guys have been waiting patiently for this one. I am with Khalfani. I'm not gonna say Farney. Farney. Y'all know he was everybody's favorite. So we've changed his name, okay? Uh, Officially, it's on his documents. But yes, we're gonna have an interview with Khalfani. We're gonna sit down, have a conversation man to man, talk about some real stuff, talk about life, bodybuilding, exercise. He might even give me some tips out here, you know what I'm saying? And talk about obviously what you guys wanted to tune in for, which is Ready to Love. Yes. So, Mr. Khalfani,
Yes,
how you doing
yes,
today?
yes. I'm good, brother. Bless.
Dang,
Feeling
yes.
amazing.
That's my guy. Before I even let you, I wanted to say, guys, let me tell you something. This is an honor. Do you know why? Because he is in the midst of training right now. And I'm not talking about just training like I do, yeah, a little training here and there. I'm talking about ultimate training right now. And so the fact that he's taken this time out to be interviewed by myself, I appreciate it, bro. Honestly, it means a
Of
lot.
course, man. Of
It means a
course.
lot.
I love what you do. I respect what you do. There's a lot of people online that post all kind of stuff on Ready to Love. And, a lot of people are kind of getting their feelings on when they
Mm,
speak and they're giving their opinions in their feelings. So the information they're giving isn't as accurate.
mm.
But when you speak and you talk about everybody, you take yourself out of your feelings and you just look at what you really identify and you give it to us straight. And the information that you give and the feedback that you give is pretty on point. It's pretty accurate. When my sister and my mother
Appreciate
first sent it to me, I was like, who is this guy? how's he hitting us so spot on like this? Let me know so I don't know. And no, but everything was just on point. It was accurate. I liked what you were saying. You didn't come from a position of just wanting to be heard.
Yeah.
A lot of people just want to hear themselves speak. So the
Mm.
information isn't accurate and they're in their feelings. But yours, I love it. It's good. You're doing some good stuff out here, man.
I appreciate Captain.
And you can sing, man. Where you learn how to blow like that,
Listen, the same way you learn how to bodybuild, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just it come naturally. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that, bro. I guess obviously everyone wants to know this before we even start. What does Khalfani mean? The name. Where does it come from? What does it mean? Does it have a origin? The actual name?
So Khalfani is actually an Arabic name,
Oh wow.
and it means the leader, which
Oh
I guess is a very fitting name for myself because I do help lead a lot of people. I'm a coach and I coach people worldwide,
wow.
to get healthier, to reach their physique goals. Um, I approach it from a mental standpoint, because mentally we're all taught certain things from a young age. We're taught to eat this way, and it may not be the best way to eat.
Mm,
We're taught to a lot of times take the easy way. So if you're in a building and you got to go to the second floor every day, a lot of people take the elevator and you're going to the second floor rather than just taking the stairs.
mm,
Those few extra steps always help. The little extra work and the little extra things all add up and they accumulate at the end of the day to help you to be healthier and more fit. So I just teach people a different approach on looking at things, from a food standpoint, water intake, cardiovascular, and strength training, and just mentally pushing
mm.
through a lot of things. A lot of people don't think that they can, but man, God gives us so much strength and so much power that we don't even know that we have, you
Hmm.
know, that we can accomplish and achieve anything that we put our minds to.
I love that.
And
I
so I
love
and
that.
so I teach people all that stuff.
I love that.
And this Cali Fit is actually my website,
Plug it.
califit.com.
Mm-hmm. Show them.
Here. So if you want to check out some shirts, apparel, looking to sign up, you need an amazing coach or trainer that can help you reach your body goals or mentally help you get fit. I'm your guy. The thing about me is I really care. I care about all my people.
Mm,
You show me effort, I put in 110% into each person, that tries and does what they're supposed to do. And I do this all remotely online. So we check
mm.
in with each other every week and I make sure you're staying on track, on point, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do. And it works. I transform people all the time. It's on my page, on my IG page, and I love it. That's I'm very passionate about it.
I love that.
So,
What size t-shirt are you wearing there? Look at it. This is what he was doing. This is what he was doing in the show, guys. This is what he was doing, and the ladies were all saying he's everybody's favorite. You know what I'm saying? This is what he was doing, King Cali. Actually, so what size t-shirt is that? I need to make sure I get like 4 sizes down from you. You know what I'm saying? So what size are we trying to get there? Is that like extra large? Is that it?
It's an XL, yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, I'm gonna have to get a medium. So, so obviously for yourself, I mean, we see this great Hulk of a man. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're in great shape, great physique. Like I said, you train people, you lead people as well. But I want to take it back a little bit. Who is Khalfani? You know, aside obviously the training and the leadership, who is Khalfani? Where did Khalfani come from? You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to know a bit about you and yourself.
Well, both of my parents are from Africa. My dad is from Ghana.
Shout out.
And my mom is from South Africa, Swaziland now, Swatini.
Wow.
And, so I'm 100% African. I was born and raised in Houston, in the Southwest Side. I was a little bit of I was a good kid, but I was also a troubled kid.
How much trouble?
I'm a tourist, so you know I would run my head into the wall a lot of the time, learning hard, learning tough lessons. You know, but then along the way, you know, I found God and
Love that.
changed my whole life. It changed my whole life. I gave up a lot of things. I gave up drinking and you know, just a lot of stuff, and you know, just really got focused and just found a real love for people and wanted to help people. And I'm just a very genuine dude. That's me.
That's you in assumption. I like that. And obviously for yourself, I mean, you said about childhood, obviously that you grew up, how you grew up, you know, what was your childhood like? You know, let us into that a little bit as well. What was your childhood like? I know you said you run your head into a wall a couple of times. What does that mean?
Well, you know us. Your parents are from West Africa, from Ghana.
Yeah.
So you know the men are very stiff.
Yeah. Hard-headed.
So I grew up with that tough love for my dad. I know he loved me. He had a real tough way of showing it. You know, so I definitely got disciplined quite a bit. You know, but it made me a stronger man who I am, and I didn't understand it at the time. But now I appreciate it because, like I said, my dad was making me the stronger man that I was meant to be. Because this world isn't easy, man. The world is tough, and it's not nice at all, you know. So you have to have that tough skin, you know. And I guess that was his way of teaching me. You know, I had a lot of love growing up. My parents definitely showed me a lot of love. My mom has a master's in nutrition.
Come on now.
So we always ate good. You know, I know what it's like to always eat a great home cooked meal. That's what I was used to. So, you know, ladies in my life, young lady.
Gonna replace
that's something that I'm used to. that cooking in the kitchen. That is definitely a way to the man's heart.
I hear that.
we gotta have it. We got to. I can cook myself. You know, but I love that. I feel like that's a way of spoiling a man, almost in a sense. You know what I mean? Like cooking for him. You know, it's another way of catering to your man. And you know, we can swap out. Like I said, I cook too. You know, I surprise you here and there. Make a nice little 4-course meal for you.
What's a 4-course, you know?
Whatever you want. Whatever you want.
You better hold fast. You said it now, you know. I'm gonna be asking around, like, can Khalfani do the 4-course meal? I'm gonna have to phone your mom's and ask her still.
Mama taught me well. In the kitchen, Mom is a beast.
She throws it down.
She's a beast. So all the homies used to come through and we were growing up, and she would have food, and my friends would come through and eat it. Man, they loved my mom's cooking. Yeah, she's really good in the kitchen.
Ladies, you heard that. Okay, he throws it down 4-course meal. So if you are looking for a personal trainer who also cooks, this is your guy. You understand? And everybody loves Khalfani. You got competition. Uh, okay, so I guess obviously that. So obviously as a kid, you like you said, we both kind of grew up with tough parents. That's how they show love. African parents, especially Ghanaians. I know how they roll. For you, I mean, tell us a story about maybe when you got into trouble. What was the most trouble you ever got into with your parents? What's the most trouble you ever got into?
Man, I was a wild kid, man.
Wild.
I was wild.
Stories, then. You better break it down. You better break down the story.
I always, when you're a kid, you don't understand, so you always want your way. I remember I was in preschool.
Oh, Lord.
Preschool.
You start early.
Man. So the teacher was pushing me on a swing. I'm having a good time. I'm having a real good time. Then the teacher started pushing me high, real high. And I thought I was gonna flip out of the seat, and I was like, stop. And the teacher was laughing. They thought it was funny and kept pushing me. I was like, oh, you think it's a game? So I held on to the swing. You swing your feet forward and then you bring them back.
Yep.
I brought them back and I aimed for the teacher's face. I aimed for the teacher's face, and they ended up getting a little bloody. And I went to the principal's office, and back in those days, this is when they could try to paddle you. So I was like, I'm running around the office, y'all ain't gonna paddle. They had this big old paddle with holes in it, trying to paddle me. And I was like, nah, y'all ain't gonna paddle me. They were like, all right, we're gonna call your dad. I was like, okay, y'all can paddle me. They called my dad. He was pissed. He had to leave work early. To get me from school, that was embarrassing. Man, he tore me up when I got. He tore me up when I got home. Yeah, man, those whoopings from them. It's not regular. You got to take your clothes off. You got to strip down. They want you bare.
They're gonna beat you black and blue.
But they want to touch that skin to make sure you can remember. You gonna remember this one. Yeah, I still remember to this day.
It's so funny you said that, because I remember when I was younger as well. There's a teacher that was just so annoying in PE. He was just so jarring, and we play soccer over here. So he was like, it must have been at the end of the day, all kicking about and stuff. And I was at one end of the playground, and he was just chatting a lot of rubbish. I don't know what he was saying or whatever. I got frustrated. I thought to myself, I'm just going to kick the ball in his direction. I was aiming for him, but I wasn't aiming for him. You know what I mean? I didn't think I could actually make it. And the ball just connected on his head top so sweet. I was just like, wow. I just felt a sense of pride there. And like I said, when I got home, my dad tore me up, man. Like when they told the teacher, they told my dad, you know what? I just wished I never did it, man. The tear up was just different. But, I always remember that moment. You get a little back in your teachers, isn't it?
You were the hero amongst the students. But
listen, man, I was a hero, man. Hero, but my ass got tore up at home. I was a villain. So yeah, I definitely hear that as well. I definitely hear that. One question: what is one misconception that people have of Khalfani?
He's just a big old meathead. Rat. But I have a lot more substance to myself. I'm an entrepreneur, businessman, man of God. And I teach, like I said, I love teaching. Once I learned that, I kept walking in that. I'm in real estate, so I teach people about that as well.
Wow.
Trying to always help people, attain assets. A lot of time, as Black folks, we want things.
I'm listening.
And I would say those things don't really get you anywhere. Yeah, you're seeing a little bit, driving this or doing that or wearing this, but what is that going to get you at the end of the day? These assets. So like when I said on the show that I'm trying to build generational wealth, for the family, because I wasn't passed anything down. My parents weren't passed. They didn't receive anything that was passed down to them. So the cycle has got to start somewhere. You know what I mean? So I took it upon myself. I hang out with older guys, older men of God, from the church, lawyers, and just successful men that are really good with their family, very loving. and to have a lot of knowledge, to have more knowledge than me. If you're the smartest person in your circle, you need to
Probably.
expand your circle. Always, so I never try to be the smartest. And one of the guys, he's a Pastor Bergs, and he really helped me years ago getting into real estate. And we did our first. He allowed me to come in with my first fix and flip with him, and then we have been doing that as a process from like 2016, and then I just kept going. And now I actually own properties.
Wow.
And I help people by, putting people who may not be as fortunate in a newer home, because I'll remodel the houses and get them looking like really brand new. And I put somebody in there, who feel like they can handle responsibility, and I love doing it. So I give people a lot of information on how to do it, how to get started, what to look for, the first move that you need to make, as far as investing, to start acquiring and attaining assets, and stop coming out of your own pocket money and paying for liabilities, and let some of your assets pay for liabilities that you may want. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what rich do.
I love that. Honestly, and I think you touched on something which is really important. I think we can even talk about that a bit more, is that, as Black people, we are, like you said, most of us didn't get past anything. We don't get past any wealth. And if you're trying to build generational wealth, it's so important that it starts with us and the decisions that we're going to make. You spoke a little bit about leadership as well. And I guess I wanted to kind of touch on that with yourself as well. Like, what made you go into these sections where you were teaching people? You kind of spoke about your teaching gift, but what made you go into wanting to teach people, whether it's fitness, whether it's finance, whether it's money? What drives you to be in that position to teach people, to help improve them?
People kept looking at me. They just would. I may be doing my push-ups or whatever, minding my business, and people want to join. They want to join, and before I know it, I have a large group of people that I'm leading. So they're looking at me every day. We gonna work out today again? Yeah, come on, let's get it. Bible studies. I used to do Bible studies, and I just started from reading the word, and it'd be like 2 guys, and then more guys wanted to join. They were spreading the word, and more people wanted to join, and ended up being a big group. And we're just reading and getting to know, and that was another thing. When I started reading the word, I asked for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. It wasn't like selfish prayers or greedy prayers. And I had an understanding of it. A lot of people read the word and may not understand what they're reading, but it was given to me, and as I was reading, I was understanding everything. And so I led these studies, and I broke it down to people, and I was doing this and that, and people were looking at me we're doing the study again. Yeah, of course. Yeah, we got to keep it going. So it was like I was placed in that position whether I wanted it or not. Yeah. And so I just had to step up to the plate, I not run from it, but run towards it. And I knew in the process of doing so that I was helping so many people. And that's what it's all about, man. Each one reach one. Who can you help? Who can you help? It's not about being selfish, but being selfless more so, and trying to help people out here. A lot of people are hurting, a lot of people are broken. We've all been through things. So if your experiences can help other people, then why not?
I love that. And I think, do you know what? It's so interesting, because I think from teacher to teacher kind of perspective, there's a gift. I can tell because of the way that your tone, the way that you deliver what you're saying naturally comes across. And I think this is one of the reasons when I watched you speak with Denise at the very end, when she was almost eliminated, it was one of the most I guess for me as someone watching someone deliver information, it was so powerful. Because obviously just recently we've just had a whole conversation about Kevin Samuel's madness and all this kind of stuff, and just the way that you delivered that piece of information, you could have easily gone in and gone boom, 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 boom. I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like this. But at that point in time, you decided to deliver the piece of information in such a loving manner. And compassionate. That's the right word. What made, I know I don't want to go too deep into Ready to Love just yet, but what made you take that stance and that position when you deliver that piece of information to Denise at that time?
Because I cared about her. I know women are more delicate also.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you want to be mindful on how you communicate with people. Communication is huge.
Come on.
And in every relationship I've been in, I've always emphasized that we need to know how to talk to each other. You know, not with screaming and fighting and yelling, but as adults, communicating and trying to get our point across in a way that we can both understand what we're saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I felt like this approach would have been best for her to understand and to receive. She wasn't very combative about it. We all know Denise can be like that, you know, at times, a little combative, you know. She received it well, so I guess my approach was pretty good.
I love that.
But
I love that.
it's just wanted to come from a place of compassion. That way she could receive it well and act upon what I was telling her.
Mm.
And not it go on one ear and out the other, like if I was attacking her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love that, guys. I hope you guys are paying attention. This is exactly what we was talking. And you know what? It's so funny that we're talking about this just now because, like I said, the Kevin Samuel thing blew up, and it's like this is exactly what we're talking about. When you are a teacher, when you care about people, and you want to deliver information to that person in the best way that they can receive it, you don't attack. You're not trying to insult. You're not trying to belittle. You're not trying to break them.
Right.
And so very much aware, as Christians, we really both know that the words have life and death in them. So I'm not going to deliver something to you that's going to make you feel so bad that you now don't really want to receive what I'm saying, no matter if it's truth or not.
Right.
And I think what you displayed in that scenario with Denise was essential for not just yourself, but men in general. I don't want to say black, but men in general, and how we speak to our counterparts, our female counterparts, whether it's your partner, whether it's your mom, whether it's your sister, whether it's random person on the street, that's a woman. We have a duty as men who are leaders to deliver things in the correct manner. And I applaud you for that.
Right. You definitely want to keep that relationship whole and wholesome. So you always got to take care of how you treat your significant other or whoever it is you're talking to. You know what I mean? Because when you say things, it's not easily forgotten. When you say things, also you can't take it back and you say the wrong things. So you always have to be mindful on your approach and how you say things to people.
I love that. I love that. I love that. And so obviously, you know, we're both grew up in the exact same way. We spoke a little bit about the childhood and stuff. Obviously, we've talked about the boy. We're now talking about the man. The man now in front of me is a man who is of stature. You got that. You are a Samson in our modern day, boy. Strength in general, bro. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, you're actually into your bodybuilding and stuff like that. What made you get into bodybuilding?
A dare.
A dare.
Believe it or not, it was a dare that got me into bodybuilding. One of my close training buddies, you know, he's a trainer in the city also. He was like the biggest. He was like, "You're gonna do da-da-da show?" And I was like, "What's that?" He was like, "Man, that's the biggest bodybuilding show in Texas." I was like, "You gonna do it?" He was like, "Yeah." I said, "If you do it, I'll do it. Let's do it." She was like, "Cool." I said, "I'm gonna get myself ready. You get yourself ready, and we're gonna do it." And the week before the show, he backed out. He was like, "Man, I can't, Cal, I can't do it. I can't do it, man." I was like, "What?" I was like, "Man, I'm still going forward." So I did the show. I placed in the top 5.
Okay.
And to see my body transform from 24% body fat down to 5% body fat in 3.5 months was crazy to me. I love the transformation, how fast I did it, and just the look overall, you know, it was great. So I kind of got hooked after that. And then placing was just the icing on the cake. You know, my first time doing it, I placed at the show. So that I just kept going. I kept going. And I ended up turning pro a year later.
Jeez.
Those genetics, man.
Bro, those genetics
and that work ethic.
came through strong, bro. Honestly, this wasn't even like a planned thing. This is literally just fell upon it.
Man, my buddy dared me to do the show. And I told him, "You owe me. You owe me a show, man. You were supposed to do it." So 2 years later, I coached him in doing a show, and he did it, and he got first place from when I coached him. Yeah. So
What kind of discipline does it take to, you know, enlist in going into bodybuilding? Because I'm imagining it's crazy amount of discipline.
I think the hardest part for everybody is the nutrition. We're all how does your nutrition look on a day to day? What would you eat?
Whoa, listen, that is where that is where the gains are lost.
So that's how most of
Talk
us
to me,
are,
sir.
man.
Talk to me. Talk to me about this stuff, because that's where I need the discipline. Go on, sir.
So most of us, you know, things are so convenient for us, man. There's food here, restaurants here, da da da, all this stuff, you know, and we're convenience people. You know, people don't even go to the grocery store anymore. They get it delivered to their house, a curbside pickup. You know what I mean? So we're very convenience people, man. And the nutrition is the hardest part. Trying to buckle down on eating the right things for a few months. For a few months to make your body get tight. I think the exercise, and for me, the exercise isn't bad. For a lot of people, the exercising really isn't bad. For me, the cardio is the hard part. The cardio.
That's not easy.
Wrapping my mind around
that treadmill.
I had to put one in my house just to make sure I get it done.
Bro. Oh, you got space in your house to do that? You obviously got space in your house.
Yeah. The houses out here are pretty spacious, man.
Okay.
Yeah, they're pretty spacious. If I show you like this area right here, it's a lot of space out here. And I know in the UK, oh man, remember going to my uncles and family members' house. The houses out there aren't really big.
They're not.
They're not big. You pay a lot for them.
They're not. They're not that big.
And you pay a lot for them. So you may have to consider moving down south, man.
I don't know about that.
You get a lot more bang for your buck.
I don't know about that. I'm not sure.
No place like home, huh?
I might have to stay here. You get me? I might stay here. No, okay, I represent that. So you fell upon bodybuilding. This was something that it was a dare you got involved in, and obviously because as I said, it takes a lot of discipline to go into right now. And you're training for currently what right now?
Right now, I'm training for Mr. Olympia. That is the biggest bodybuilding show in the world. Only the elite athletes from around the world are qualified for that show and travel. So people during their bodybuilding career are first trying to turn pro. IFBB pro, like Arnold Schwarzenegger and all those guys back in the day. I use that name because everybody's familiar with it. But that's the show that he would do back in the day. Trying to win the Mr. Olympia. So I qualify for that, and it is 6 days away.
I just want you guys to deep this. Mr. Olympia, listen, even in the UK, we know. So listen, Mr. Olympia is worldwide. This is what you're trying to do.
Oh, your guy's coming from out there, Ryan Terry.
Yeah.
Ryan Terry is coming from UK.
This is worldwide. This is a big competition you decided to enlist in.
Right.
You know, so you're someone obviously who's not just a leader, but you're driven as well. Someone actually asked a really good question. In fact, I wanted to ask it. They said, how did you prep your meals on the show? Because obviously I know there was a meal situation that was going on, bro. I heard about the meal situation.
No, man, I just had to eat what was there, man. I had to deal with it. I had to suffer along with everybody else, but they started giving me double portions. You know, they were good. My plates were special plates. They were heavy. They were real heavy. They gave me the big man portion. Everybody else may have had a single. I may have had a double or triple. You know, because I eat a lot of food. You know, yeah.
And how did you stay fit then? Because I saw you guys. We saw the press ups and everything like that. But how did you manage to stay fit, not just physically but mentally? Because that's what bodybuilding is. It's physical, but it's mental. How did you manage to do that as well?
We didn't have much weights there, man. So I just had to be consistent with my push-ups and the squats with the kettlebells and things like that they had. You know, the shoulder work. There was some videos showing a couple of things, but I was doing shoulders and just different things, curls. And I just had to be consistent in that with what they had, you know, so I just did my best with what they had.
I appreciate
which was nothing. My girls lift more. The girls I train lift more weight than that. If you look at some of my videos now, man, you see me lifting 300 something pounds. On my incline chest press. I hit 365 the other day on an incline.
Come on now.
Incline chest press, man. That's heavy. That's really heavy.
I was hitting 36.5, but I hear you still. I'm about a tenth of what you are. We'll train together one day. Don't worry, man. I'm gonna get that Mr. Olympia training. You get me?
Right.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm gonna get that in. So, Capo, before these people start hunting me and killing me, man, they want to know about the Ready to Love stuff. They want to know about your experience on the show. They want to know about the Adrian. They want to know about the Denise stuff. You know what I'm saying? They want to know about that nitty gritty stuff. So let me ask you a question. What is Khalfani's usual type of woman? What is your usual type?
You know what's funny?
You better not say it. You better not say it. Say it.
Say what?
You better not say what I think you're gonna say.
What do you think I'm gonna say?
I don't have a type. You better not say it. You better not say it.
I like a woman that I can talk to easily. Where conversation flows, where we just vibe and we connect on different levels. We can laugh together, and that's why things were just so smooth between me and Adriana, me and Denise. Because we all could talk like that. We all could laugh, and
3-hour conversations as well. I heard that you were having 3-hour conversations.
man, I can talk, and that's what I mean by someone I can talk easily with, because we're all getting to know each other. So there's a lot to know. There's a lifetime of things to know. So yeah, I can definitely hold a good conversation. And I love a woman who can do the same, who's a good listener, but at the same time can speak well also, someone, like I said, they can cook.
I hope you ladies are listening and taking notes.
Dress well, cares about herself, takes care of herself. Her body, her health is important to her. You know what I mean? That's someone who's very loving. Love, you gotta be loving, gotta be caring. Got to be understanding, got to be forgiving, because none of us are perfect. We all make mistakes. We're all going to fall short at one time or another. No matter how perfect you want your man or your woman to be, we all going to make a mistake sometime. We all were raised differently. We all have different morals, so you have to be understanding of someone else, and try to see, where did this come from? Let's talk about it. Let's try to understand so this doesn't keep happening. If it was something that rubbed you the wrong way that you didn't like. So, someone who's very loving, because I have kids also, and you got to be able to accept that and just love kids. I love kids. I love everybody's kids. Yeah. So I need somebody like that also.
I love that. And what was the issue with the jealousy thing? Like you said about, and I think the very first episode, first thing we heard from Khalfani was, I don't like jealousy. I don't like jealousy.
I don't like
what is that about? Talk to us about
my relationships. My experience in relationships is the women I'm usually with are very attractive women. And other women love them. The other guys want to holler at them too. And they are with me, I guess, because they find me attractive also. But they have to understand that, and one thing I don't think they understand is I'm with them because I'm with them. And if I'm with you, I'm not going anywhere. You have to trust me. You have to know that I'm down for you. And I tell you that, and I show you that. No matter what woman may try to come and talk to me or whatever, you have to trust that I'm going to make the right decision. And tell her, nah, I mean, thank you, whatever, but I'm with somebody. You have to trust and depend on me in that, and that's such a big thing in relationships, the trust. The trust, if the trust isn't there, I don't see how it can last. And that was the thing with me. The women would be insecure, and it would cause jealousy. I train different clients. I train older, I train middle age, I train younger people, and I mean, sometimes it causes jealousy, and I don't understand why. This is how I make my income. This is what I've been doing from before I knew you. While I've been knowing you, I eat like my girls I'm with. I'm like, come on, baby, come to my session. You know, when I'm training a group of women or whatever, you can come on, you can come train too. Y'all don't have anything to hide. You know, so you can see how my dynamic is. You know, I'm a hugger.
Yeah.
So when I see my lady clients, I give them a hug. You never know how a hug may help someone's day. Somebody may be going through it. You know, whatever, that little simple gesture will give somebody what they need. Like, damn, I feel better now. You know what I mean? And I'm a positive person, so that energy that I have in the hug, it also may help someone. There's no reason to get jealous behind that. You know, they're not getting nowhere near the attention that you get as my girl, nowhere near. You know, we're here to be training for an hour, and that's it for the day for them. You know, when we're together for hours. You know, and you have my undivided. But I don't know. It's just the insecurity, I guess, of thinking other women want to talk to me or want to holler at me, and it may be so, but it takes two to tango. And if I'm not willing to dance, if I'm not willing to dance and tango with you, then you know it's not gonna happen. Yeah. So when I'm down with my person, I'm down with them, and that's what the women have to understand.
I love that.
And when you were asking that about Denise, I guess I feel like she wasn't really getting that, and because she was my first pick, and she had been my pick throughout the whole thing. She was getting upset now, and I told her on one of the episodes, I was like, Denise, you know, you got to be confident enough to know that when you leave your stamp and your imprint on me, that's enough to make me want to come back. But showing the insecurities and the jealousy and stuff like that's not something that I like, because I've experienced that time after time in relationships in my life, and I don't like that. I don't like that's not something I'm willing to deal with or put up with anymore. I know what I like, I know what I want, I know what I don't want, and that's one of the things I don't want. Causes too many problems.
I appreciate it as well. And you're right. I mean, because it can suffocate you when you're in a relationship. You know, you don't feel like freedom. You feel like the walls are closing in.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I totally understand that as well. I mean, for yourself, obviously, talking about relationships and stuff. I mean, what would you say is one of the biggest things you've learned in relationships?
As far as what, or just in general?
Yes, in general. Give us one tip that you've learned. Just one tip.
Communicate, man. Communicate. Communication is everything. You know, you have to learn how to talk to your person. If you can't talk to this, say your relationship was based on sex. You know what I mean? From the beginning, y'all started smashing off the top. You know what I mean? It wasn't a lot of talking. It was just physical attraction. Y'all started smashing this and that. What do you have? What do you have when that slows down, when that stops? You know what I mean? If you can't talk to each other, if you can't communicate, it's not going to last. You got to know how to talk to the person. You got to have good conversation, you know, and you got to have understanding, be able to understand each other through your level, through the way both of you communicate. You know, communication, knowing how to talk to people, knowing how to talk to your significant other.
I love that.
Trust and communication are huge. Honesty.
I love that. So obviously a handsome man like yourself, built 6 foot plus, you know, bodybuilding to the hills. 6'2" even. See that I'm saying? You ain't a small guy. You at a magical hill, bro. What makes you want to go on a show like Ready to Love?
I've been ready to love. I've been ready to love. I was single.
Okay.
And I felt like it may be a good opportunity to maybe meet somebody who was looking for the same thing, you know. And it was a good opportunity. It was a great experience. I met some really great people. Everybody on the show was great. Everybody had their own different personality. There was a bunch of different personalities on there, like our friend Simone, you had on yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's an interesting woman.
Did you and Simone connect on the show? Because obviously I saw she tried to come for you in episode 8.
I mean, it wasn't genuine. Simone came around trying to stay on. You know what I mean? So that's why I told her what I said. I was like, Simone, look, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Look, I'm trying to connect with people who I've genuinely been showing interest in from the beginning, but if they're genuinely showing an interest in me. is what I told her. She was like, I understand. You know, I knew she was coming around because she was trying to win the guys over and trying to stay on the show longer.
Apart from Simone, was there anyone else that you connected with? Apart from Simone and Denise, and obviously no, Simone you didn't connect with, but Denise and Adriana, apart from them, anybody else that was like tickling the fancy?
So no, I didn't connect with Simone, but so from the beginning of the show, we all had like 3 picks, 3 to 4 picks, you know, and from the beginning, mine was Denise, Joy, and Winter.
Oh.
That was it.
Wait.
Let me tell you something. We went on different dates. They didn't show all that, so they wanted to have the narratives that they wanted to have. You know, I went on dates with Winter. You know, with Joy. You know, they didn't put us on a date. You know, so I had to pull her to the side and trying to chop it up with her. And I talked to Joy for hour or two. You know, sitting on the couch just chilling. You know, Winter and I been on dates and we talked, you know, but they really didn't let us spend a lot of time
together. Yeah, we've been hearing about this.
Yeah. So, but that was my pick. My pick was Denise, Joy, and Winter. Then Adriana came in later on. I always thought Adriana.
How did she slip in? Yeah, how did that slip in then?
She kept showing an interest, like, and I was like, I like this tall girl, but I haven't really had a chance to get around to her. As I was talking to Winter a little bit, talking to Joy, and mainly Denise. Denise was always, if I was up and around and Denise was there, then she'd come right around me, grab me in front of my arm, like, come on, let's go, you know. she didn't want any of the other girls getting close.
So you're telling me that she was territorial? Is that what you're trying to say? She was marking the territory.
She didn't want me trying to spend time with nobody. Yeah, so she was very territorial, and that, you know, I mean, it is what it is.
So did you notice that then? I want to keep it 100% real. Did you know? Because I said this to Adriana, she is a very crafted game player, and I think that's what makes her so attractive in the sense of that she knows what she's doing. She's playful with it, but she definitely knows what she's doing. So, did you notice?
Adriana just got a calm spirit. She had a lot of love. She's like goofy, funny, silly, interesting, intriguing. You know, then she's beautiful on top of all that, and she can hold a good conversation. You know, yeah. Denise just she don't want me around nobody. Well, what were you about to ask? My bad, brother.
No. I was gonna say, because obviously, like, did you notice the obviously we see it and they've made it a duel, but did you notice the duel between Denise and Adriana? Aside obviously little 1-2 comments, did you notice and feel that tension when these two are, you know?
I saw and see Adriana started coming in and trying to make it known that she was kind of trying to talk to me a little bit. Of course, Rashid was her pick. She had previous experience with him as they dated before, and then they saw each other again on the show, and that was her main pick. But I saw it as Adriana was coming forward and asking for my time. Like, would you mind? And I don't feel like she ever did it disrespectfully. Maybe until the one time when we were playing pool. And I wouldn't just say it was disrespectful. She was like, can I steal him away from you real quick? You know? And honestly, it's a dating show and everybody did it. Yeah. They didn't show it always, but everybody, I've done it to other guys, you know. Can I, you know, get her from you for a second? And they're like, man, you gotta ask her. And they'd be like, oh well, I'm almost finished with the conversation. I'm gonna come with you in a second. I'd be like, damn.
It worked.
Damn, he shot me down. Right. But they come right afterwards, you know. But everybody did it. But they just tried to make it seem like that.
A few people doing it. Okay.
Everybody did it. Everybody did it on the show. Yeah.
You're a competitive person. Did you find some competition, man to man? Did you find a little bit of competition when obviously you know that Adriana's kind of feeling Rashid? Was there did you feel that competitive edge start to creep in when she's obviously, you know, wanting Rashid, but then she's come to talk to you? Do you feel that competition to say, well, you know, I might have to take this one off your hands, sir? You know what I'm saying? If you're not gonna,
no, because I never really paid attention to what she was doing on the side. You know what I mean? Because I tried to I stay busy myself.
Everybody like Khalfani.
I never paid attention to what she was doing on the side. I knew the interest was with Rashid, you know, and I told her, I was like, you know, if there's something I'm interested in, there's something I like, I'm gonna keep going after it until I get it.
Okay.
So and she liked that. She liked when I told her that, you know, and that was that. And then I just showed with my actions, with my consistency. After that, she didn't have to come too much really looking for me anymore. I was looking for, if I saw her, I would reach out and, you know, what's up, you want to come eat with me or da-da-da-da? You know, this, that, and the other, just to let her know that it was genuine, that I wasn't just speaking. I'm putting my action behind my words, you know?
So obviously with yourself and obviously Adriana, there was a scene where obviously you're sitting down. In fact, there's two scenes where you were sitting down. Okay, I was saying to Adriana that obviously I thought she was very clever in the way that she was pursuing you in a way that kind of, you know, she knew what she was doing, right? And that was the scene where you guys are sitting down and she's I think it's the second time, I think after the pool, and there's another one when you guys sitting down and Denise walks past and there's keep it cute, you know what I'm saying? And obviously we hear a conversation of you two. So you said to her, you know, that you don't often, I think it's like, don't often chase or you don't often go forth after women in that sense. What did you mean by that statement in your own words? Like, because
did I say that?
You sound along the lines about not. Let me find exact way. I think I wrote it down on it.
You talking about when she was walking? She was like, "Hey, John was like, did you talk to all of
you let women pursue you." Yeah, that line. Yeah, where you let women pursue you, kind of thing. What did you mean by that in your words?
So in my so my past experience has been, you know, the times have changed quite a bit. And women aren't shy. A lot of women are a lot more aggressive. You know, so a woman may approach me. So this is what I mean by pursuit. A woman may approach me and show interest, showing her interest when she approaches me, and I look at her and hear what she's saying, and you know, we'll talk a bit. I was like, she seems pretty cool. Let me give us a chance. Now I know that her talking to me initially, she's trying to establish something. You know, so that's what I meant, like in pursuing, like
in them choosing you.
Yeah, and them choosing me. Like they know what they see me, they know that they like me, that I'm what they want. And I'm like, I talked to him for a little bit. I'm like, she seems pretty level-headed. She seems cool. She's attractive. She has things going for herself. You know, let me see what she's about. And I do it, and it ends up being a fatal attraction.
I hear that still. Obviously, yourself and Denise, that was like, you know, the nation's, you know what I'm saying, beautiful dark skinned couple kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? They learn to have to push that kind of thing. What for you attracted you to Denise in the first place?
I guess it was just that initial conversation from the beginning when we sat on that bench. It showed us, like when she put her legs on her feet on my thighs, it showed us for a few minutes there. But we sat on that bench for a couple hours at least, 2-3 hours. So she's the person at the mixer I talked to the longest. You know what I mean? I try to talk to just about everybody, because if you didn't, you're not connecting with people, and people have no problem with letting you go. You know, off the show. Well, I didn't connect with him. I didn't talk to him. He can go for all I care. You know, it's kind of the. But she's the person I connected with the most that very first day at the mixer. She's the person I talked to the most. She's the person I vibed with the most. And by the way she was talking, it seemed like the feeling was mutual. So I didn't know anything about her, or you know, just what she told me and just what we told each other. And, you know, she got a little vulnerable with me there on the bench. And, you know, we just both talked about all kind of things. And so that's why she's the person that I initially connected with and vibed with the best. And we just hit it off on all kind of levels. And it just kept getting better from there. But then I started just seeing the different signs after that. And that's something I told her that I'm not too keen to.
When you start seeing the signs, what for you was going to running through your head when you start seeing signs? Because I think there's a scene where you go into the bedroom to talk to her after, I think, the first kind of thing, and you have a discussion there. What was kind of said in that scene for you?
The main thing for when I first saw it was at the pool. Was at the swimming pool. And
oh, yes.
Adriana came up asking, and she really snapped on Adriana. And I was like,
oh.
Like she really snapped. She really snapped on that girl and was like, you told everybody when she was your man, was your pick. You need to go back over there with your man. You know what I'm saying? Leave us. And I was like, and I jumped in the pool and I was like, Denise, you know there ain't no need for all that.
Oh, we didn't see that.
Everybody, I was like, everybody's doing the same thing on the show. You know, why are you acting like that? It was low key real rude. It was extremely rude the way she was, and I don't like people like that.
I'm with you with that. Yeah.
That was the first red flag and indication right there, and it just kept happening after that. Like she couldn't stand that this woman kept trying to get some of my time, and Simone was like, I wanted to talk to him too at the pool. It was supposed to be a group date. You know, she just held what Simone was like. She just held him there captive for herself the whole time, you know, and didn't want anybody else to talk to him. And that's kind of what Denise tried to do a lot of the time. She didn't want anybody else talking to me, so
she just held you down like that. You know what I'm
saying? and like I said, I don't really like that. You gotta let a man be a man. You know, you can't try to control those scenarios and those, you know. But that to me it was just extremely rude, and I don't like rude people like that.
I agree that
I've gotten out of relationships like that. Being at a restaurant with somebody and the woman I'm with handling the waiter in an extremely rude way, cussing at them and stuff like that. I'm like, baby, hold on. Let me take care of this. If you can't talk to these people, let me take care of this situation.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm with this.
I don't like that type of stuff.
Bro, I'm honestly with you now. I can't stand when people are, and you feel it, even just a little slight change in energy when someone starts to be a certain way, you can feel that, and it's just not, for me, it's not pretty, and it's not something that you want to be around. Like, because of our natures, you want to be able to be, you know, appreciative of people around you, regardless of their rank, level, whatever they are to you. If I know you or don't know you, there should always be a kind output to people in respectful manner. So I definitely hear that. That's that pool scene as well. Obviously, we get to see her talking to you, and she's saying, obviously, at that point where, you know, she's saying obviously to you individually, like saying, oh, you know, that she saw that you noticed that you had a little talk with little birdie, you know, with Adriana or whatever, and you know, I think at that point for her, she's kind of clocking that, okay, can't hold him to myself. He's gonna have conversations. How did that conversation feel for you on your end? Because she was saying basically when you told her, you know, you got to let me be able to have a conversation. I was just having conversations. Did that bring any kind of like triggers of like past memories and stuff like that?
It did. It's from the past relationships that I've been in that I didn't like with those insecurities, you know, and that was kind of almost like strike one. You know what I mean? And then I warned her about that. I told her about it later on. Tommy them asked me in the lounge, and I said something about it, you know, because I didn't want that. I don't want that. I'm not going to accept that in my life, you know. And and it's not a surprise. I won't just cut you off and be like, no, I'm going to tell you. And I told her multiple times. And then, like you said, the bedroom scene. That was after she walked by and was like, keep it cute. And see what I like about Adriana, even after she was like, I think you should go talk to her. You know, even say that, another one would be like, oh, well, if she want to feel like that, then, you know. But Adriana was like, I think you should go talk to her. And I said, I will. But you know, I can't remember what I said. I know I told her something about Denise has had plenty of my time.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now it's your time, you know. I'm gonna go talk to her and stuff like that. But I walked in there and I just don't like that jealousy thing, man. It's just a lot. It's like, and she keeps showing me that she can't handle me talking to somebody else. That all my attention should be focused on her. Just like she keep putting me in her top, I should be doing the same thing, you know. But I told Denise, I was like, Denise, you've been in my top. You're the one that's knocking yourself out the box. I told you multiple times how I feel about jealousy and the insecurities about me talking to somebody else, when that's what we're here to do. We're here to see who we're most compatible with. We're here to see who we vibe with the best, who we get along with the best, who we connect with the best. You know, so I need a chance to talk to different people here and see who that is. I know how I connect with you. I know how I vibe with you. You know, you almost got found not ready to love. And I had to tell you that you need to expand your wings. You need to talk to other people because guys aren't feeling like they're connecting with you. And you started talking to Anthony. Did I get jealous about that even once? No, I did not. Because I know what we're all here to do. We're here to find love and see who we connect with the best out of this group of people that are all here on this resort. You know, KG put all his eggs in one basket.
I was gonna say this, yeah.
In the basket had a hole in the bottom of it. You know what I mean? So it's not always the smartest move, even if you are connecting with somebody and vibing with them, just to talk to that person and that one person only, because everybody else will feel neglected from you, and they won't have a problem with letting you go off the show. And the only person who will keep you on there is if you really truly have a connection with that one person that you've been putting that effort and that time into. And at the end of it, Naya, I think she ended up choosing Edwin or something like that, and KG got kicked off the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm trying to see who I connect with the best, and there's never stress.
To people then, was it difficult then to connect with other people since you knew that Denise felt that way? Did that become?
It wasn't difficult. She tried to make it difficult by, you know, she was very clingy on me. You know what I mean? If I was anywhere, she made sure she was there, tried to stay close. And this very territorial, very territorial. And the other, for example, when I was eating with Adriana on the last episode, Denise was like eating over there with Anthony, which is her pick, and she was almost like ear hustling what we were saying. And we're like, you must don't know that, you know, two can play that game or something like that. I'm like, I'm not thinking any of this. I'm focused on what's in front of me. You know, you should focus on what's in front of you. Because that's, I mean, I don't know, the person that's in front of you deserves your undivided attention. Yeah, you sitting there with Anthony, who you say you like, but you worried about what's going on over here at this table. That don't make no sense. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know.
Did you feel like if the reason why she felt like that though was because you had, in your sense, you had a lot of power here in the interchange, because you had
really into me. She was really into me.
You know,
she was really into me. Her friend was like Khalfani. After we went on the
double date,
Anthony met her and her friend. Her friend chose me, you know, that solidified her wanting to be with me even more. You know, she just really, really, really into me. And Denise says she hasn't been in love or found love in 18 years. In 18 years, that's a long time. And I'm a very genuine and intentional dude. So some of our conversations were really deep. You know what I mean? I never was like, I love you or anything like that to anybody on the show. But she felt it through my words and through my actions and through different things, you know, I would do. So I guess she didn't want anybody messing that up for her.
Mm.
And she was willing to go to
Length.
whatever odds or level to make sure that my attention was on her and hers was on me.
Mm.
But the way she was going about it, you know, I don't think was right. You know, like the being rude and being all that, that's so tacky and unattractive to me.
I understand that. Was there okay? So a little birdie told me on the branch that obviously people go into other people's rooms. Did yourself and Anthony spend time with Denise alone?
What? And did me and Anthony? I don't know what that
Not like that, please. But did you guys obviously because you guys were spending time obviously aside cameras, you guys get to spend time obviously in you guys' rooms and stuff like that. Not like that, but you get to spend time with each other's each other's room and chilling. Did you guys spend much time behind the scenes then?
I went to Denise's room one time, I believe. I had this bad crick in my neck, and man, I had this bad. I had to yeah, she hit me with the little elbow grease. I had this bad crick in my neck, and she hit me with a massage, which was really cool in my neck. Yeah,
I understand.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever feel like obviously then? I mean, how did the guys take it then? Because obviously we know that once you spoke to Tommy about the situation with Denise, I don't know if they already felt that energy anyway, but was that almost like a nail in the coffin then, in a sense of how the guys potentially may have felt about Denise? Because obviously she was very stuck on you, and didn't really. I mean, what we see, she didn't. It doesn't look like even when Anthony came along, it looked a bit late. So it just looked like it was just he's just there to fill a gap. But when obviously you had spoken about how you were feeling and you felt a bit closed in, do you think that kind of sealed her fate? You know, for her.
In the deliberation, a lot of the guys, had Denise in their bottom. You know, and she stayed on the show because of me and Anthony, pretty much. Pretty much all the other guys had her in their bottom because, like I said, you weren't spending time, you know, talking to anybody else. And I don't know. I remember just seeing that conversation with her and Jay not too long ago, and it was really led. I don't know how to. Jay didn't even really say anything, and Denise was trying to complete what he was saying, and I feel like that went all wrong. It was almost like Jay was so uncomfortable with talking to her, and didn't really know what to say, and Denise thought she knew what he was trying to say, and I just felt like that went all wrong. But I don't know.
What was your viewpoint on the? I don't know if you want to comment on it, on the whole, because obviously you guys went in a tavern, we get to see it, but the whole Rashid and the Denise situation, because we hear your point, which is that you just can't go around accusing people. Did that again make it awkward for you? Because obviously you're her backer, you're the person that's saying, you know, Denise is my top at the time, and then that situation comes on with the whole Rashid situation. What was your take on the situation, and how did that impact your relationship with Denise?
It did. That was more so in the beginning, and I didn't like it at all. And I told her about. I had a talk with her about that. 2 talks. I was just like, "That's not cool at all, Denise. Like you just assassinated this whole man's character, you know. And it's not just us here seeing it; the whole world gets to see it. You know, you don't know this man from anything. You've never seen him before in your life, and to call him a narcissist based on the things that you said is ridiculous. You know, and that alone can sway every woman's decision in the whole room. But not only that, it can have everybody looking at this man crazy in the world, like, oh, that's the narcissist guy. You know what I mean? And I was like, that ain't right, man. You gotta clean that up. That's not cool. You know, you don't know anything about this man. And I didn't like it. I didn't like it. That was very messy to me.
Mm.
and it was unnecessary, and it was going pretty far
Mm.
to me. Yeah, assassinating somebody's character like that with no foundation, with no basis,
Foundation.
with no evidence.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah. I just want to just highlight something because obviously I'm seeing the comment stuff, and I want to just point out some people like no one's people think that when you tell the truth or when you say what your version of events is, because when I did the videos on Denise, I had people jumping at me like because what happens is when you're dealing with like the market about how sometimes a black woman could behave, it automatically becomes we're trying to attack the black woman, and sometimes it's just literally no, we're just talking about a woman. This is how we had a conversation, we had an interaction. It didn't go the way it should have gone. Like you were dating, and unfortunately, the person has certain tendencies. If I say they have certain tendencies, it does not mean I'm bashing them or I'm trying to destroy them. I'm just saying this is what happened. It's my version of events. When he came on here and said her version of events, nobody complained. He's just saying his version. It's not everybody, it's just a few. I just want to let them know, like, he's just given his version of events. And I think this is why sometimes people don't want to listen to the truth. That's his truth. It's that simple. You know what I mean? And he's just saying what happened on the show. So before you guys, I know some of you guys are probably here just to kind of grab tea. That's why you're here. But when I'm doing this show, this is why I like to talk about evidence. Because one of the things I was saying about the Denise situation was that it's not just what she's doing. When you listen to what other people have said, this is the key thing. If I hear what you said, if I hear what Rashid said, if I hear what Adriana said, then I can piece together a full
yeah,
story. Because
right,
as much as the editing, you're gonna say what you're gonna say, they're gonna say something, they're gonna say something, so we can then piece it together. So I think that's where some people just, and this is why I think sometimes people are not able to really analytically think about what's happening. This is not about man versus woman. This is just
right,
a dating experience and
right,
actually listening and learning. Because all of us can be in a place where sometimes we can be too clingy and want something too much.
right, right,
You now are closing that person in, then they now feel claustrophobic.
right, right,
You know what I mean?
right. Is that what people are talking about?
It's one or two. It's just a few people in it, but I wanted to make that clear because I think this is why I do this channel. I think sometimes I try to explain to people that you have to look at behavior and do not do the because I like that person, I'm gonna ignore what's happened. I can still tell you the truth and I can do it in love and I can explain your behavior.
Right,
So I try to always tell the audience that look at the evidence, don't just go by what you feel. Otherwise what will happen is you just become a gossiper rather than looking at actual evidence as
right,
what's
right.
happening.
Some
you
people
know
get caught up in their feelings because this is what they want to happen. They want to see me and Denise together, which may end up happening. Stay tuned. Find out.
you are not gonna say that. It might happen, yeah. We see you doing back rubs. We see you doing back rubs.
We may have had to rekindle that fire, you know?
We see you doing back rubs. We see you doing back rubs. Okay, cool. So obviously for to tie it all together kind of thing, I mean, what did you actually experience and what did you think you learned from the experience on the actual show?
um, I learned to open up more,
Mm.
be more vulnerable, completely genuine with the people I'm talking to. Um, yeah, I learned that's a very important part of the process in finding love. That you have to be genuine, you have to be open. You can't be like this and be closed off. Or the person will feel it. They'll feel it and like, man, this person got their walls up. I can't get close, even though I'm trying. That's one thing they kind of kept saying about Edwin is that he they felt like his walls were still like he still had some things to work on and stuff like that. And you got to be open. You got to be open to the process. You got to be open to when and it's hard
Mm.
because nobody wants to get hurt. Nobody wants to get hurt. Nobody wants to get their feelings hurt. Nobody wants to get disappointed. But it's part of the process. And trying to find love. You got to be open to everything. You got to allow yourself to be vulnerable. in order to really grow, with the people that you're trying to connect with, so they can see that you're really being genuine, that you're really trying.
What was that? What piece of advice would you give to anybody going on the show, Ready to Love? If there's a season 4, what kind of advice would you give to the next batch of people?
Just what I said, man. Just be genuine. Be open to the process. Don't hold back. If you're feeling some type of way, let it be known. Because people, I mean, you can tell, you can see, you can feel it. People are faking the funk. Just like what I said when Simone came up to me on this last episode, and was like, I want to date you, or want to, we're about to go to deliberations. I'm nervous today, and I'm like, I don't feel like it's genuine. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make genuine connections with people that I've been connecting with, who genuinely been connecting with me from the beginning. You got to be genuine, intentional, and consistent throughout the whole process. That's the advice I would give them.
Appreciate it. All right, guys. Khalfani, do you want to plug one more time where they can find your t-shirt as well, and where they can also maybe potentially get some some training for a price, obviously?
Right. So this is my brand, CaliFit. You can find it online, califit.com. I also have a massaging gun on there for those people who train and need some therapy. That gun is amazing. It's amazing. It gives you a massage all over your body. It has 30 speeds on it. It stays charged for forever. It has 6 different heads that you can use for different parts of your body. And it just helps to increase blood flow to help you with recovery faster. And me, if you want to be greater than what you are, holla at your boy. Cali Fit. I'll get you fit and I'll get you right.
I appreciate that, Khalfani. I appreciate it, honestly, man. Once again, bro, thank you so much for coming on the show, having a discussion with myself. Again, I appreciate it because I know the time that you've taken out of your busy schedule. This guy's training for Mr. Olympia, guys, 6 days, and this guy has turned up humbly to come on here and have a conversation with myself. So that, bro, alone, I appreciate it so much. We are wishing you the best. We'll connect with you after the reunion, because when the reunion finally gets shot and stuff, I'm sure it's gonna be madness.
I'm surprised you didn't ask much about Adriana.
You know what, bro? I want to save her because we need to have a part 2. I'm saving you. Don't worry, bro. Listen, I got your mind, bro. We're gonna have a part 2.
Did you see how the tides turn on this last?
Listen, that's I said I want to do a part 2 because, fam, we're gonna have a proper chat about the Adriana thing, yeah? Because that kiss we saw, yeah. We saw how you moved in for the kill, sir. You weren't waiting for nobody. You weren't waiting for that one, were you? You went in for the kill.
I mean, I had to. She was there waiting on it. It was a long time coming.
Good kiss, yeah. I appreciate that. Okay, Captain, thank you so much once more again. Audience members, we're gonna have Khalfani back on here. Khalfani, Farney. That's what we call him now. Captain Khalfani. We're gonna bring him back on here again. We'll wait for the reunion to be done because, like I said, we're gonna have a deeper chat. You know what I'm saying? Because we need to really delve into the Adriana thing properly, and get deeper. You get me? So, but bro, good luck with the competition.
Thank you, brother.
Keep eating them eggs that you keep eating, and I'm gonna steal some recipes and some training tips from you as well. Get me?
Definitely. I got you.
Audience members, be blessed. Okay, all right. Don't take it too personal, man. I appreciate you guys. Stay locked and stay loaded.